Hey guys, I am back with another vlog and a new baby. I'm absolutely loving it. It's great. So I just wanted to just share how things are going. So yes, things are going really good. Garrett is back to work, and today was my first day here with the baby and the kids, and I'm doing really, 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 really well. Thanks to my mom because she um, just really taught me a lot with my first three. And so it just made this time just such a smooth transition because she really taught me how to just take every day, like one day at a time. Don't try to put like so much on your plate that you're overwhelming yourself or, just she would always just say like don't sweat the small stuff, like if it's stuff that like you can just um get over and not make a big deal out of. If you can just kind of see things like, all right, that's frustrating, but not let it like just get to you to where you're just overwhelming yourself to a degree like you're just really unhappy, then that just makes your life miserable. So I definitely try to weigh things like, does that really have to bother me right now? Like, can I deal with this in a better way? Can I deal with things in a more positive way? So I try to look at like, do things really have to be like to the point where um, I have to be mad or frustrated or angry? Or can I just deal with things from a very straight, matter of fact and firm hand versus like, do I have to, and get mad or irritated or frustrated when things like in mommyhood just are not going my way? And I also try to plan. I'm a huge planner. I love for things to go my way when I'm planning stuff. But at the same time, I really have learned over the past three children that sometimes things don't always go like exactly as I plan. And so I always leave room for there to be something that comes up or something that changes um that I just have to say, okay, that's that, and I have to work around it. Or if I don't have to do that particular task that day, even though I wanted to, I try to tell myself, like, okay, maybe that really wasn't so important. So I'll just have to put that on hold for another day, and that's okay too. I feel like this gives me a lot of room for just ease in my life and ease in my day. And it gives me room to just kind of give myself grace that, if I achieve one really great achievement today, like for example, I really have been wanting to use up some of the extra oatmeal that I've had left. And so I've been wanting to make some oatmeal cookies. And so I thought, okay, well, this little one here is napping. I'm gonna just like hurry up and use it as a timer, and I'm gonna time myself, and I'm going to make these cookies while he's napping. And then, and so to me, that was like a little bit of an achievement. In my homeschooling, I I love to homeschool the kids, and I love to put their lessons together. And there's so much involved, and there's so much that I love to put into it. And I love to just give the kids their homeschooling. Cat behind me just playing. And so there are times where I'm putting a particular lesson together, and um, I'm missing a material, or I'm missing a specific item, or I'm missing some part of the lesson plan that I need a specific type of tool for it. And I have to just tell myself that if I don't have those particular materials for that particular class or for that lesson plan, I work around it. So I try not to overwhelm myself too much. I try to do the next best thing. I try to um, do something else with the kids that I know that they're working on currently. And so we kind of work on those things until I can get around to getting those materials that I am in need of. I'm very, I think, a perfectionist when it comes to their lesson plans because I really like everything to be a certain way. I like to have, I just love to have like touch and feel and taste. I just love to involve all of the senses in learning. And so I'm very hands on. I love to teach from all angles when I'm teaching a lesson because I want the kids to see what they're learning and to taste what they're learning and to feel what they're learning and to hear what they're learning. I just believe that education is something that should be well rounded, and I love to involve all of that. And so sometimes I will put a lot of thought into like how am I involving like all of the senses while we're learning. And I like to involve like rewards, and I love to have a lot of reading, and I love the books that we read to pair with what we are learning. And so yeah, I'm definitely a very big perfectionist when it comes to, I just like everything to come together and I like everything to flow. But at the same time, I know that like life isn't perfect. And so there are times where I just work on, okay, what were we learning last time? And what are some of the areas that we still have to improve on and that we could really sit down and perfect while I am looking into the materials that I'm currently missing so that I have everything together when we do our lesson plan. So a lot has changed. A lot has changed since we've had this baby. And I am so happy, you guys. This baby is just such a blessing, and we're just so happy to have another little one in our lives. We are so happy about that. Everything is going smoothly, and it's great. I feel like the Lord has been working on me a lot. Um, I know when my mom passed away, I thought, oh my goodness, like I just wasn't sure if I could ever go back to Casablanca, my childhood home. I just thought like I couldn't ever do that because I thought even if I did, I just imagined that it would feel so like empty, or just it would feel hard because I would feel that grief of like that grief of her presence not being there. And so it's just a lot of things that I thought during the time I was pregnant have now changed since I've had this baby. And since I've had this baby, my thoughts have drastically changed as to how I view life, how I view the future, how I view my mom's passing, how I view going back home on visits. So much of my mentality has changed, which is like crazy because I definitely went into labor going, oh my gosh, the future is so unknown. And that just really like it really made me feel uncomfortable because I don't like things to be unknown. I like everything really well planned, if at all possible. And so I just felt like, oh gosh, like how do I go forward with my life and with the future, and how do I bring a new little one in this world without having any idea of what's ahead for me in my life. And as soon as this baby was born, it's like a whole new chapter opened up for me that I had never seen. Things I never even knew. It was like the Lord was just waiting to reveal those things to me. And it was just as soon as this baby was born that the Lord started to open up to me and reveal to me things that I was not aware of, and things I never even thought or imagined possible. God began to write new thoughts in my heart. It's almost like a whole new chapter had been open in my book, and a chapter I hadn't yet turned. And it was like, as soon as this baby was born, I was like, no, 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 this cannot happen. I cannot be having a baby right now. Like, this is just the season of the unknown. And literally, as soon as he was born, I literally felt that page turn. And that was the most beautiful thing ever. And it just was so glorious that the Lord just began to show me like so much more. And I have become so inspired. It's like I picked up the pen again and I could start writing, and it was like, wow, I can't believe that I hadn't seen it. But I could see going back home again. I could see walking through the front door at Casablanca again. I could see walking through the house and seeing the walls painted. I could see not like so much painted in a physical sense, but more of a like spiritual sense. Like, okay, I'm walking into this new beginning and I can paint a whole new picture on these walls. Like, my mom may not be here for me to enjoy her presence, but she would want me to, she would want me to go back home on visits and to write new life stories there. And I have been writing new life stories here too. And those stories in itself have been really beautiful. I could see just beautiful, festive events there at Casablanca again. I could see Thanksgiving. I could see holidays there. I could see just opening Casablanca up again to friends and family and to hear the joy and laughter of the kids' voices and just being there. Okay, I'm back. I could just see new life there. I could see going back home on visits. I could see this new life chapter. I could see the ocean again and enjoy all of the wonderful things that I've always enjoyed about my ocean, and to be able to come home again on those visits and to write those new life memories there, because it is home. It will always be home. It's just it didn't feel it just didn't feel complete without mom. So I didn't know how to write the next chapter or how to begin. Um, and then God decided to give us this beautiful life gift, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and I'm so happy. And um, God is starting to write new things into our life and a new life chapter. And I know that my mom would be so happy, and she would love to see this new addition to our family, and to see that I really am going to go on to write um, new chapters in my story, and that they're going to be full of life, and they're going to be full of joy, and it's going to be a story that is lived to the fullest. It's not going to be a story that is lived half. It's not going to be a half filled life. It's not going to be something that I just half-heartedly go after. It's going to be all of the Lord, all of him. and it's going to have all the things that bring joy to God's heart and to his spirit and to our family. And like, new things are happening, you guys. New things are happening, and I am overjoyed and excited, and I just feel like the Lord is saying more. Like, there's so much more, and he wants us to write that story well, and he wants me to write that story well. And my dad's coming to visit me at some point this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him. Like, we are so close. Like, we talk all the time, and we have just this amazing relationship, and we always have. I just feel like a relationship with your dad is always like so much more different than your mom, and your mom is your mom, and your dad's your dad, and they're both amazing in their own way, um, and they're both treasured. There's just such a beauty in the way that God does that, and so I'm looking forward to that as well. So I'm writing this new life chapter. I'm giving myself a lot of grace. I'm not perfect. Um, I'm just going to allow the Lord to walk me through each day and tie up all the ends that I don't tie well. um, and for all the days that don't go perfect, or I don't get certain things done, or certain things don't get complete, I just have to put all that in God's hand and just continue to do the best that I can with myself, and as a mom, and as a wife, and now a mom of a newborn. And so I just wanted to give you guys that little tidbit that dreaming again of all of the possibilities of things that my life could have in them and what my life could contain and how I might live that out, because sometimes life happens and I could get so distracted and forget, like, oh, I wanted to achieve that goal, or I wanted to achieve that dream, or I wanted to do these things. And I think that those dreams were on hold once my mom passed away, because I didn't really know how to pick up the pen from there. But I'm doing that now, and I'm dreaming again, and I'm excited because now I can start to kind of pivot my life in a way that I can kind of see what it is I want to do and how I want to do it, and then just go after those goals with God's help, and just pray that, in His time, that those things can become a reality for me. But in the meantime, I'm giving myself a lot of grace, and when the time is right, I'm going to run after all of those dreams and those goals, and I'm going to make them happen with the help of God, because we can't do anything apart from Him. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying this little season here. This doesn't last forever, and it's short-lived. They don't stay infants, but neither do we when it comes to God. There's always room to grow, and we have to get past crawling and walking and start running at some point. So I have some things to walk and then run after myself. And in the meantime, this is my little update of mommyhood day one on my own without my husband, because he's at work right now. But it's okay. He's been messaging me today, so he checks in, and that's always really nice. Okay, I'm going to do another vlog later.